So right across the top of the seam, right in there, my radiator has started leaking. So I got a new one. We need to put it on, and then we'll also talk about all the other things that I've replaced on this car since the last time you've seen it. Here's the new one. It's sealed in a package, kind of like meat comes in. How fun is that? Just make sure it looks the same. Remove some of these in the way items. Like our reservoir. Oh, I meant to order one of these. It's got a hairline crack down here in the bottom, and it'll drip. Damn it. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Also, if you don't have a magnet tray, the fuse box cover will work in a pinch. How about that? Get a catch fan. Bought a brand new one just for the occasion. This is how much can we spill? Don't worry, I did. Also, get some new antifreeze. All right, we have a fan removed. Now we can tilt this down, make a big old mess. We caught most of it. How about that? Here's our second fan. These are my two biggest fans, right here. And then we've got to pop this lower hose. And make a giant mess. As you can see, there's no drain on the bottom of this radiator for whatever reason, I don't know. But the new one, let's see, didn't I see one on the new one? Yeah, right there. It's got a drain. This one has a spot, almost like they thought about putting a drain. And maybe they didn't, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those screw things that go up in the bottom. Let me check that again. Hey, it's working. It's not a whole lot of antifreeze, so the system might be airlocked with the thermostat in there. The thermostat's closed, and it's not one of the styles that has the little weep hole in it. It won't let air go through, and it essentially is just a cork. So far, the worst of that was getting those two transmission cooler lines off down there. Those guys were stuck on there, and they haven't even been on not even 3,000 miles or so, but they were tight. Now let's see, get two 12s up here, and then we can lift the radiator out. Starting to cool off here big time now, and This is ready to lift out. They've got snow in the forecast for most of the western part of the state for, let's see, maybe Thursday night and then all day Friday, like 3 inches. So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of early, but there's already one. There was already a dusting that came through right after the hurricane. It wasn't a week and a half, 2 weeks after the hurricane, and got a dusting of snow. So all's fair that ends. Let's see. And here's our old radiator. We also have to install our own transmission cooler fittings, and these are angled. Our original set just came straight out, but these are bent at a 90. And I lost my pocket knife somewhere over the past week and a half. I don't know what in the world I've done with that. I really liked that one too. Got our trans cooler connectors, the fittings, whatever. I got those tightened down. So I think we can set this into place now. But see, look at this one. It's got a drain on it right here. How nice is that? Like I said, I don't believe the original one had that at all as an option, but I'll check it again. So carefully set the new guy down into its hole. It's got these little rubber pedestals. I have the lower hose installed and the clamp is on there now, which is good. So what I'm gonna do for these cooler lines, I've already got this one snapped into where it sits, and both of them go over the hose like this. Well, where this one used to come up and curve to go into the radiator, I'm just gonna cut it right about there. Hold on, focus, there you go. I'm gonna cut it right about there and just slide it straight on. I think that would make a whole lot more sense. Okay, so I think we're ready to make a bigger mess. Put the coolant back in it. And this is the part where I will pour it all on the ground so nobody watch. I'm gonna get pea shy over here. Look away for a minute. She's empty. Put our cracked overflow canister back on. I can't believe I did that. And I mean, in reality, I can totally believe that I did that. I'm just shocked that I did it, you know. That doesn't fit very tight on this one. Let's fix that. Problem solved. I guess now we can start this up, check for coolant leaks and for transmission cooler leaks. Now I'm going to go cut the heat and stuff on, make sure all the valves are open and all the coolant's going through all the passages. Yeah, so we're in the car now because holy shit, I don't know what's going on with the wind right now, but there's like 60-mile-an-hour gusts, and it just came across an emergency alert for high wind conditions. And there's a house over there, or a trailer they're putting an addition on the front of, and I just watched it rip all the tin off the roof of that thing. So it looks like it's bleeding just fine. The gauge doesn't light up all the way over here, but it's dead in the middle, or a tick under the middle, which is where it's been sitting, and I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna end this part. We'll see you guys in the morning. Welcome back, just like Cotter. Anyway, we drove it to the shop this morning. The radiator seems to be doing just fine. Cooling system's good. Transmission shifting fine. We are gonna check the trans fluid again just to make sure we didn't lose anything when we took the cooler out, because the cooler in the radiator is gonna hold a little bit of fluid. But all that does seem to be fine. I have a few other things I'd like to put on the car today, so let's see if we can figure out how to get started doing some of that. So we'll go over some of the other things that we've done to the Subaru as we go. One of the things I need to do right now is change this rear wiper. It's absolutely destroyed. They were kind of expensive in the parts stores locally, so I just jumped on Amazon and grabbed one. It was cheaper that way. So cool, it's the right wiper. It's got a yellow cover on it. Nice. Is this one? Okay, it folds. Looks like it's just got a lock if we push it. Huh, how about that? That was easy enough. And there's our old unit. This goes over there by that wooden crate, like that. And then we take our new one, slip it this way. Uh-oh, does it fit? Maybe. Yep. Look at that. Slide the cover off. Now we won't tear the back windshield up. And speaking of the back windshield, let's clean us off a spot. Let's see. Do it right there. It needs to go through the car wash, but it's gonna snow tomorrow. Technically tonight, this afternoon, and then through tomorrow, so there's no point in doing that. But anyway, we've got our letter from my buddy Sky out in California, and got a sticker with it. So let's add him to the back windshield. I used to be so bad about not using stickers. I was terrified to commit to putting them onto something. Let's see, we'll get him right. There you go, Sky. On the windshield with us now. So, P.O. box in the description below if you have a sticker that you want to see on the Dirty Dodge or the Subaru. I'm just going to keep going with them. I did the Escape the same way, but my grandmother got the Escape, so I have to do an update on that car. Got some bad news. You'll see it in a future video, I'm sure, but little Escape is going to need some serious attention. Moving on. Jumping right back into another repair while I'm thinking about it is this dirty center console. And the worst part about it is you see it's just kind of flopped in the back. So it's supposed to attach down there and like pivot up and down and all that cool stuff. And it doesn't do any of that anymore. And as it turns out, all these screws are just not in here. And I was like, oh, maybe it broke the plastic. But here's the bottom part. And the plastic is perfectly fine. The bolts are just gone. I don't know where they went, but they're gone. So let's see if we can round up some bolts that'll fit these and put this console back together. Look at that. So they weren't, might not have been the exact correct bolts, and the bracket is broke, and that bolt, just pretend that one's not in there anymore because it ain't. But it folds up, it locks down, and it opens. I mean, other than Charlie's claw prints all over it, I think that's a staple of Subaru, though. I don't know what else you could really ask for. It's not going to fall off anymore. You can open it. Good enough. So a few honorable mentions. We went through and added LED lights. Also did the LEDs in the door. And the LED map lights. All that stuff works real well. We did the LED fog lights, and I did them in yellow because it's a Subaru. You gotta do them in yellow. I don't know how good this comes out on camera, but They are very much yellow. Now I need to get some new headlights. I don't want the chrome backed ones. I want like the black housing ones. You can get a set on Amazon for about a couple $100. I just don't have that kind of cash to blow on this thing right now, especially if we have to do anything else to this damn car. Yeah. Anyway, what else have we done? So I know something that we've done, but I don't quite know if I can show it to you easily. Up in there is a brand new gas tank. We had to put a fuel tank in it. It rotted out and had rust and was clogging up the new fuel pump that we put in it, which you saw that, guys. You totally called me on that, and it bit me in the ass. So I put a fuel pump or a fuel tank in it, cleaned all the lines out in the injectors, and we also carried it to the exhaust shop and got rid of that rotted out resonator that was on here. And then we pulled the dual tips and did I think it's a XT series muffler on it, and then a single pipe out 3-inch with a tip that's tucked up in the bumper where the factory ones would have came out. So it's only got the one exhaust now, but it does sound good. We'll get an exhaust clip here before the video is over with. So digging through the glove box, I was gonna check the cabin air filter and got sidetracked because I did find the pack of LEDs that I purchased, and I have 2 left in here. And if I'm not mistaken, these are the ones for my reverse lights that are in the hatch. So I didn't do them that night. So let's pop these covers out. I use a pick tool that has a hook on it so that I can get up between it and shoot it down. Once you're up in here, wow, that's super out of focus. There we go. There it is, and it should be a twist and pull, and there it is. Now these bulbs work fine, but I was given LEDs, and when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I don't know what the Romans do, but anyway, we're gonna put these in. Now LED bulbs, they only work one way, so you need to put them in and test it to make sure that they're working. So what I'm gonna do is cut the car on, put it in reverse, but I'm not gonna start the engine. Look at that. Works. Slide that back up into here. Let's see it from up top. Very nice compared to the yellow. It's a much cleaner look. 2 for 2, first try. Get back in there. Lock it into place. There you go. Nice and bright. Same on the other side. Cool beans. And as long as we're in the trunk area again, let's get this stuff out of the way. I also have a package, PO box in the description below, as mentioned, because I got a spare tire for this car. As you see, I don't currently have a spare tire in here, but I do have the jack and all the necessary tools. It's not the greatest looking thing, but it's holding there. Goes in the other way. Looks like that one might be a touch bit taller, but for now, it's gonna have to work because I don't have one. Charlie. Charles. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? Peeing on a tree. Okay. What are you doing, bud? You see the other puppies up here? You see the other puppies? So the big fenced in area over here, it all got washed out because of the hurricane, so I can't let them run. To keep honest, which is sad, but maybe they'll be able to rebuild it soon. Well, Charlie, what you think? I don't know what else he's got to say. Cody just ran in up here to get him some treats at the bakery, and we're gonna get some breakfast and then call this one a day, I think. Well, before I forget, I guess we'll wrap this one up here. I'm gonna get some gas. I'm thinking about it, and end this one. So Subaru's still doing fine. I got a transmission filter and stuff to put in it. I think I want to do that. I was just gonna put a spin-on filter on it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the filter actually in the transmission and clean the lines out and stuff like that. So we'll do all of that, and she'll be done. Get back out of there. He's got treats up in the front. He's trying to eat them. So $33, and she's full. Just when we thought the video was almost over, it's not. So yeah, so I just ran over to the Asheville Mall and picked up these from a guy. 14 Crosstrek wheels, excellent tread depth, and they match all four. Wheels are in great shape. I think one of them has a little bit of curb. I can't remember. I know I just bought them, but I don't remember. Either way, $500 wheels and tires, and they're going to replace these old things. And you know, the longer I drive this car, I kept saying that noise in the back is this dang wheel bearing noise. I kept saying it was a tire noise. I'm starting to think it's a wheel bearing noise. And Subarus are, you know, known for that. But the quickest way to find out, let's go ahead and stab these Crosstrek wheels on here and see if it shuts it up or not. I'm kind of thinking we're putting a wheel bearing in this car. So the camera angle is not ideal, but do you want the money shot or not? Okay, deal with it. I don't have a tripod. Not here anyway. These tires are still in great shape. I might put these up. Have a spare. I looked all over the new ones. I don't see an arrow or anything, you know, that would mean that they're directional. So I guess they just go on. The originals are 225/60s, 16. These are 225/55. And if I'm not completely brain dead, that means we lose a little bit of height. I can't tighten them down because half of the makeshift tripod is the impact gun. So I just wanted you guys to see it first. Check that out. Oh, so much better. Let's tighten these things up. Oh, that looks so good. Well, she desperately needs a bath now. Golly. That's from all the road salt and stuff. The weather's kind of cleared up. It's in the high 40s right now. It feels pretty good. Of course, we're halfway through a week. Starting on to actual Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody who's watching. This is probably way past Thanksgiving, but you know, it's one of those things. You get what you get. We got to get some window tint now. And I don't know what else. I guess whatever else we decided that we need. This coming weekend starts another cold front that's not really bringing much moisture, but we have overnight temperatures and stuff down in the low teens and daytime highs at freezing. So we're gonna see how that plays out. We've got our new radiator in here now though, with fresh green antifreeze, so she should be ready to go. I'm gonna leave these wheels here at the shop, throw them in the shipping container tomorrow, and like I said, probably just hang on to those with some spares. One more clip, I guess, or not, who knows. Rear wheel bearing on the Subaru. So, you know, I told you guys, I thought it was them tires. You know, we put the new tires on it last night. I drove it around, drove it home. and it still just, it was a bad bearing. Check this out. So I don't have the cash to do both of the rear ones, which you really might as well go ahead and do both of them at the same time. I'm not, but check out the bluing on the bearing right there. That is from heat buildup inside this that has changed the color of the casting. So here's our new part right here. Well, no, that one's got it too. Maybe that's just the way it's made. But anyway, if you spin this bad boy, yeah, now imagine that at 80 miles an hour. Nothing. And it's thick. It's really hard to turn. There's still grease in this one. So I got this out super easy. Subaru rear wheel bearings can be a massive pain in the butt. I used Kimball Midwest, their Torque CB. Soaked everything down in there the best I could, pulled the bolts out, and I don't know how in the world I got so lucky, but I whacked it with a hammer and it just broke right free. So that was awesome. I'm gonna take a wire wheel and clean up this area. Hold on a second. Inside there, because you gotta be careful not to break the speed sensor off, which we did not. And I'm gonna clean all that up, put the new bearing in it, and we'll be good to go. Finished installing the wheel bearing on this side, and we were sitting here talking and Dad was looking at that wheel over there like, there's like some metal shavings on this, and I was like, oh, maybe that's the brake that was rubbing, because I heard a brake the heat shield rubbing yesterday after I drove it home, and no. Look back here. Don't know how well you can see that. The front wheel bearing has come apart. So now I gotta put a front one in. I hope you guys were fine with more clips, because you're getting more clips. So this company, LasFit, however you say that, reached out to me right before I finished making this Subaru video. And I got lucky that they reached out to me when they did, because I was almost done with it. Want to know if I needed some headlights to go with the car. We got the yellow fogs in it that are LED, and I was like, you know what? Hit us up. I don't know if the camera will reverse this image or not. Wow, it's actually showing us in the camera. That's creepy. LasFit, these are LED lights. I will throw a link to everything they've got going on in the description below. Let's see, these work between 12 and 16 volt. The color temperature is 6000 K. Their product comes with a 2-year warranty. It says so right there. Let's get it open. Charlie is currently eating my TV remote, because we were sitting in there watching Junkyard Digs with Kevin, and this came in. So I will say, I have purchased many LED lights from many a car. Opinions on them can vary. You either love them or you don't. They're nice if you have them. Other people on the road might disagree. But here they are. Super nice packaging. Let's see what it looks like out of the box. Charlie, you want to come be in the video and stop eating my remote? That'd be cool. Comes with a product manual, installation guide. This is a spare rubber O-ring. These go on the lights themselves to ensure that it seals correctly against the headlight housing to keep moisture out of them. You put the cheap bulbs in there that don't have the good O-ring so that they fit loose. People use them anyway. And the next thing you know, your headlight's got all that fog. It's what it looks like inside of it. And then it starts to rust the connectors and all that stuff. So that's nice. Anyway, opening this up, I think... So these are the, which ones? There's no number on them. 9005 HB3. So that, I believe, is going to be our low beam bulb. I thought that I was going to get a low and a high beam. I hate doing one or the other, but it's okay. So let's take our little O-rings on our fancy little box. Let's go install these and see if we can finish this video finally. Every time I think I'm done, we do something else. I do a wheel bearing, which we did finish. I put a front wheel bearing in it. Then I drove the car. We went through a holiday with it, which was Thanksgiving. That's long since passed now. What else? We did the tires on it. I had to adjust the belt because it was squealing, because it's a manually adjusted belt. I can't think of what else we did at the moment, but I'm sure that there's something, and I'm sure that there will be more things. Headlights being one of them. Let's do that. Okay, so what I have done is I have picked a nice dark road over here in the country. I'm going to turn on, there's park lights. There's headlights. This is low beam. Now these are my stock halogen, whatever they're called, bulbs. This car does have the projector style lights in it, and honestly, it is way brighter on camera than it actually is in person. In person, these lights suck. On camera, they don't look too bad. So if you drove looking through a camera, cakewalk. So this is low beam. Here's high beam. Low beam, high beam, low beam. We're gonna add the fog lights now. And as you can clearly see, they are very yellow. Very yellow. So, turn those back off. Crack my window. Now you wait, Charlie. And you'll see. Wait. There they are. Currently. Just kind of yellow looking. Now let's put the new bulbs in and do this same comparison again. Right, bud? Get in your seat. Get in your seat. Get in your seat. You're not driving home. Installing the bulbs on a Outback 05 to 9 is pretty simple. Under the hood, you've got this big cover. Counterclockwise, it comes off, and there is our bulb. Now, I'm already seeing an issue that I did not foresee. And what they did was I have high beams, not low beams. Okay. Didn't even realize that, but that's what they sent me. So there's your high beam connector. Push in counterclockwise and pull it out. And yeah, Wagner 9005, made in Germany. Okay. Just gonna set that over here for a second. Take one of our new little bulbs. Check the O-ring. Looks good. And you can see the housing, it only goes one way, so turn it until it fits, like so. Push in clockwise. I think I said, I don't know what I said earlier, but I meant clockwise, or counterclockwise to loosen it, clockwise to tighten it. And then we'll take our connector and plug that back in. Looks like it only goes one way. Like that. Some of the cheaper LEDs aren't made as nice with the plug-ins, and they can go either direction, so you actually have to test it and figure out which way works. Because LEDs will only light up one direction. And it's a Subaru, so gotta have the key on position to make them work. The lights, I mean. Okay, well it's definitely brighter. You can tell how yellow that is now. And very nice. Okay. Let's put the other one in. And here's both of them installed. Low beams, high beams. It's like a completely different car turns on. Holy crap, those are bright. So let's go drive out to that road. Try it out and see what we think. We are back again, where we were just a second ago. Yeah, I'm not buckled up. Sue me. Okay. Oh, we have a low, the high beam light is now illuminated when I cut the fog lights on. So So no fog lights, no lights. High beams, or the fog lights now make the high beam light come on. So there's some kind of interference there with the headlights, but I've noticed quite a few cars do that. It is okay though. Anyway, here we are, lights on. Let's go to high beams, real high beams. Look at that. Low beam, high beam. Yeah, that is a drastic difference from before. Let's go check it out. Not a big fan that it interferes with the fog lamp indicator. God, I can't even look at it. Yeah, not a big fan that it interferes, but definitely a much better light. Low beam, no fogs, it's just regular low beam. Fog lights, high beam. Oh yeah. Is it gonna work nicely? Where's my door handle? There we go. Yeah, not a fan that it does that with the high beam indicator. You can still see that it does get brighter or dimmer when you do actually turn the high beams on, but turn the fog lights off and the light goes away. It's okay though, I guess. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It is kind of annoying. It is wild though. The difference is literally night and day. Golly. So with that being said, I do believe it will conclude this episode on the Subaru Outback. We did a whole bunch of stuff, filmed a whole bunch of stuff. It's all kind of just jammed together, but I wanted you guys to at least see something, you know. We've had a lot going on. There's some other things that I'm trying to get worked out right now, so you'll just see that in due time, I guess. I still want to find new headlights. These don't look that bad on camera, but they are so yellowed and so hazy. There's a couple shops on like Amazon and stuff that offer them. I don't know how good they are. They're about $200 for a full set. Brand new, and so maybe I'll go that route. I don't know. If anybody out there has a set, you know, that looks good, I just want like a stock set like these that just aren't so hazy, feel free to reach out to me. My email is listed on the account. Also, if you're saying I could sand them, I could, but yeah, this one right here is broke down across the front, so it's just a matter of time before moisture is going to get into that one. This one I can probably buff out and make it look a little bit better, but you know, either way, that's gonna wrap this one up. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you think, and we'll catch you folks in the next one.